Welcome and thank you for joining this session on project-based learning and student motivation. Today we'll explore how project-based learning can increase student engagement, boost motivation, and build real-world skills, all while aligning with academic standards. My name is Dabney Wright and I'm excited to walk you through both the research and practical strategies that you can start using right away. I will start off with project-based learning. What is it? Project-based learning is a student-centered instructional model that engages students in exploring real-world, meaningful problems. Rather than focusing on lectures and tests, students investigate questions, collaborate in teams, and create authentic projects to showcase their understanding. Project-based learning promotes learning through trial and error. Students learn by doing, okay? And then they learn by collaborating and reflecting on their knowledge. They get to apply knowledge in context. All of these things will lead to deeper understanding for our students. Motivation. Why does it matter? How does project-based learning, affect motivation, and why are we so focused on motivation? Motivation plays a critical role in how students approach their learning. When they're engaged and they're intrinsically motivated, they tend to perform better. They'll persist through challenges that they meet, and they'll take ownership of their learning. Um, Project-based learning fosters autonomy, which is a key driver of motivation. When students get to choose how they learn or what topics or concepts they explore deeper, um, it helps students connect their learning to things that matter to them. And when they do that, students tend to retain their knowledge longer and be able to apply it better, but also be able to apply it in different situations, not just situations that we're assessing them on. Here are some benefits of project-based learning that are backed by research. The benefits are supported by extensive research by several researchers, which you'll see in my references slide at the end. Students in project-based learning settings have outperformed their peers, both in academic achievement and in long-term retention. Um, Other researchers emphasize that connecting projects to students' daily lives improves conceptual understanding. Right? And then it even helps with in the English language learning setting. Project-based learning helps students not only learn language more, but effectively, but it also helps develop critical thinking and collaboration skills as well, which is very important as we continue to build students and develop students to be citizens. Building motivation through key project-based learning elements. I like to say there's an art to building motivation. And I say that because project-based learning supports motivation by building autonomy, relevance, reflection, and it uses technology. Students have opportunities to make choices about what they explore and how they present it. They see real-world connections in their work, which increases engagement, and regular reflection in the form of peer feedback and teacher conferencing. They help students internalize their learning and see their own growth, which is amazing because self-efficacy is something that's important for students in their performance. If they believe they can do something, they obviously will try a lot harder to work towards that. And then technology integration, it adds a new dimension of creativity and collaboration. Students don't always have to be in the same place to collaborate. They can work together digitally, electronically, or virtually rather. Implementation recommendations. So if you're a teacher and you're saying, hey, all right, project-based learning, it sounds good, it sounds beneficial. Where do I begin? Because honestly, it sounds like a lot. But you don't have to jump in head first, right? You can start small with 1 to 2 week mini projects. Just you need to ensure that it aligns with the existing standards. And you group students thoughtfully, right? You know your students. We teachers, we are the experts on our own students. We know who works well together, who doesn't. We know who is good at what, and we know who's not so good at something. And so Grouping students based on that type of knowledge can help to get the best results out of your groups. Also, um, larger groups for diverse outcomes can be helpful because students are able to collaborate and get more perspectives because the group is larger. However, depending on the task, if it's a skill building task, smaller groups may be better to allow students or force, for lack of better words, students to um, put in work. In a larger group, students can kind of hide. So we want to avoid that as much as possible. And then integrating reflection and metacognition. Like I said, those regular check-ins with students about how the learning is going or how the working is going, maybe why they think things aren't working as well or why they think things worked as well as they did, and getting students to think about their own thinking. Now, there are some challenges because project-based learning, it does um, require extra time. So try to take some of your core instruction time and embed the projects in the learning. So maybe, after you give a mini lesson on something, then maybe you can give independent working time and allow students to work together in their groups during class time. That way, so much of it is not outside of class, and students have a better opportunity to collaborate in class, and they get the benefit of having the teacher there as a facilitator. Also, training. Advocate for hands-on training and professional development with your administrators, with your districts for project design practice. Support. Build a community of learning and a collaborative team in your school or on your subject matter team at school. And then adaptability. Tailor students' cultural and social economic needs to the instruction that is being given. Okay. And as you can see, here are my references for anyone that would like to do further research on this topic. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for joining. And I hope that you got something out of it today. And hopefully you're motivated to try project-based learning in your own classroom. Thank you.